There's usually a problem in this car dealership, any car dealership, but today I'm faced with a problem I've not been faced with in a long time, and not a problem you're going to expect. I've got too much bloody stock. From the right to the left of this showroom, I'm literally full to the brim. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to do a quick stock walk for you so you can see exactly what is going on in here and why I've really overspent. And to make it even worse, there's more stock coming. Let's have a look, shall we? If you're new to this channel, you won't know, but I've got a big plan for this car dealership moving forwards, and the battle plan is to get out of this unit eventually. However, for the time being, I've got to deal with the cards that I've been dealt. I kind of dealt them to myself. So what we do is I'll walk through what I've bought and why I've bought it. You might have seen this on the channel before. This is a Seat Ibiza. It came in on part exchange. I was really unsure as to whether or not we should retail it because it's a little bit modified, and I thought I was going to end up with an influx of people that were the wrong sort of buyer. However, we've got a lovely lady who's left the deposit on the car, and she's coming across to see it on Monday. I said 2 weeks would have this car sold. She's coming Monday. That's within the first week it's been online for. Is she going to buy it? Nobody knows. This is probably the biggest spec M50D I've ever seen, and I don't say that lightly. When I say the biggest spec I've ever seen, it literally has everything on it. Everything you could have ordered on this car. So we've done a video on that because I've got this one and I've got this one, which is an X3 2-litre diesel from the same person, someone that you might recognise. So that's a video that's going to be dropping with you very soon, the whole buying process for those two cars, both massive specs. I couldn't say no. And speaking of not being able to say no, this came up on trade, someone tagged me in it saying, Rob, that's a bit of you. It is a bright red 911. So I bought that. Audi RS6 you might have seen the video for. I got this of a guy called Finn who's a subscriber. Really nice bloke. If you've seen the video, you'll know exactly what I mean. We've got that for, I think, the right money, and it is a lovely spec. And again, I couldn't say no. So I bought it. So that needs to go through prep. KM video you might have seen as well. That's now going through prep as well. So it needs a good wash down. We had already polished it as well with the view that we were probably going to sell it, and now we're convinced we're definitely going to sell it. So that needs washing down and getting photographed and getting online. And unfortunately, you'll see in there, we've got Tim, who's the new guy, and he's been faced with quite the problem. So he's currently on with the Seat Leon in there, which I'll talk you through in a second. This, you might well recognise from the channel. This is the lowest mileage Passat CC in the world, definitely the country, some 14,000 miles. I bought it from, sadly, a deceased estate. So basically, unfortunately, this chap had passed away. His daughter was dealing with it and granddaughter were dealing with it. I bought it for what I thought was the right money, and it has needed a lot of work, but it is finally done. I'm literally editing the photos for this car this afternoon. That's going online. But it's a bit of an unusual one. It's brown with brown and low mileage. And it had decent service history, but we've spent a fortune. It's had new tyres, and I've gone with proper ones, Goodyears, new discs and pads. It's had a timing belt change. It's had oil and filter done. It's had a new wing because it was pretty bad. Doors been painted. In fact, new door, new wing mirror. I spent a fortune on this. I thought I'd nicked it, and I haven't. Anyway, this is a 968. That's a subscriber's car. Well, it isn't a subscriber's car. It's a customer's car who's now a subscriber. So that's Mick's car. That has literally just gone online live now. So that's a lovely thing. I don't think it's going to sell quickly though. So I'm not expecting to quickly move it out of stock. However, it is online. There's a Jaguar F-Pace under there. Now, we're going to do a video on this car because I think they are proper value for money. So it is an SVR, 5-litre, supercharged V8, 500 and something horsepower, complete weapon of a car. That's been online for 40 days now. Put it on, the phone absolutely melted for it, and then it's gone quiet. And it's priced really well, and it's really low mileage and really nice history. Bought it from a subscriber, really nice bloke called Les, and the only thing we've had to do with it really is wipe its bottom and put 4 new tyres on. But we put Pirellis on, so they're £1,000. You recognise this face. This is an RS6 that I bought that nobody wanted. It's caused me a couple of headaches, unfortunately, is that car. Nothing major, but we had a problem with the tyres because there's a mismatch on one of the rear axles, so we had to put a pair of Michelins on it, which weren't cheap. Then we had an issue with the ECU because we couldn't fully code scan it when we bought the car. There was a bit of an issue getting into it, so I had to take a bit of a risk on this. And the reason for that is because the car had a map, and the guy who'd mapped it had blocked, he put a blocker in between the ECU and the OBD port. We've had that removed now, we've got fully into the ECU and we know the car's kosher. What we've also done with it is we've removed the map from the car, so it's now back to stock. But we had an issue with a hub where someone had threaded a wheel nut in it, so it's had a new hub on it, which was very expensive. And unfortunately, because it's on wheel spacers, it needs a new bolt, which isn't a standard bolt. So I'm now trying to find the right bolt for it. I'll do a full video on that at some point. Anyway, now we're working down this sort of line of cars. I can't get through there. This is because everything's hemmed in. It's a lovely unit, it's just a little bit tight at times. They're our worst problems to have, I totally appreciate that. But the issue that I've got is because, there's no criticism at all, because Tim's literally fresh in, he's only been at it a week or so, he's now trying to get this work speed balance right, which is getting them good enough and how I want them, because I'm dead picky, but also doing it quick enough. It's really difficult, so I'm sort of trying to be fair, but at the same time, come on! There's a Ford Focus under there that I literally can't get to. That is a white Ford Focus ST. You might have seen it on the channel before. I bought it and had a bit of a misfire. We put new spark plugs in it, or cleaned the spark plugs up, sorry, and it is now fine. So that is ready to get prepped and go online. This is a Mercedes E-Class. This is going to go in the too hard for now pile, because Callum, before he left, decided, he didn't decide, that's not fair. He stupidly broke the screen for the infotainment when he was changing some panels inside the car. So it needs a new screen. I need to order one, I'll do it this afternoon, but that needs to either bugger off into the too hard for now pile while we sort it, or get fixed and listed for sale. That'll make a nice car for someone. Above it is the 996 Turbo you might have seen on the channel before. This we had a flurry of inquiries on at the start, and then it's kind of gone a bit quiet. We've reduced the price fractionally. I still think it is the right money for that car. Now Simon, the owner, isn't too flustered about selling it. We think it's on at the right money, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm not bothered about it staying here. I know the guy, I like the guy, I trust the guy, the feeling's mutual. So it's sat there currently on trickle charge that you can't quite see because it's hanging over the other side of the car. Then we've got the Ferrari 360 up here. This has come in from a chap who I believe is a subscriber, is a local bloke, and we've been waiting to get it into the specialist. And the reason for that is because we're doing it on sale or return for him. I don't own the car, only because he wanted too much for it, I think, on a trade deal, which is fair enough. The only way for him to get that sort of money back out of it is for me to sell it for him. And unfortunately, the specialists have had a huge backlog. If we're going to sell it for them on sale or return, I want a specialist to look at it as much as I trust the bloke. They finally reached out and got back in touch. And we literally put it on that ramp about a week ago. And now I need to get it back down again. Anyway, so that's nearly going through prep. Unfortunately, when you put stuff on ramps, you can see underneath them, there's a little touching that we need to do on there. This is an Audi TT with the grille situation. You saw the grille that was on Yodel that they threw in the bin. Anyway, we've spoken to Tim about this and he reckons he can actually do a nice, neat repair of that. We're just waiting for Castle tyres to put 3 new tyres on it and then the grille to get repaired, and as long as we're happy with that, that is going to be good to go. But again, I need more space because stuff like this could just sit in a corner and wait, whereas it's taking up showroom space. And every space in here, I've worked it out, costs about 400 or 500 quid a month when you add up advertising, insurance, rent, staff, and all the other stuff that goes with it. I can't talk about this car, unfortunately, so don't film it. This car is in on a warranty claim, and unfortunately the customer has decided to go about it in what I believe the wrong way, which is immediately file a complaint with the finance company, so we're having to jump through hoops to make sure we're doing everything properly. We can't physically start the car or do anything with it until the finance company have told us what they want to do because it's their asset. So he's kind of made a bit of a boo-boo there by going down that channel and not giving us a chance. However, we are going to be doing a full video on what goes on with that car. That'll be coming soon. 992 Carrera, beautiful car. A guy called Pav has brought this down to me on sale or return. It's a lovely thing. Not a lot to comment on that really. There aren't many in that colour. I think it's called Gentile Blue. And it is for sale. It's been on for about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks now, getting loads of hits on Auto Trader. No one's come to the party just yet, but we do find that sort of just after the school holidays, it does go a bit quieter with performance stuff. And I think the reason for that is because people are then going on holiday when the kids aren't there. Logically. This, what's this? Ah, this I bought off a subscriber. Ford Focus ST. Lovely thing. It's been polished, gone through prep. We just need to tidy it up a bit because unfortunately we had to bring it outside and it got covered in filth again. But that is now live, so that's going for sale, is that. Lovely bloke who brought it down. A really nice car with a really nice history. This is a story. This you will recognise because it was sat in the bar for the best part of a year. The chap who owns this car, which is a lovely Beetle, by the way, and absolutely faultless. Underneath of it is absolutely immaculate. The deal was for him to buy a Ferrari off me last year, which makes me sound like I'm an exotic supercar dealer. I'm not. But for him to buy a Ferrari 360, same as that off me last year, but manual Spider, beautiful. He didn't have space in his garage. And in order to do the deal, I said I'd take this in again on sale or return, consignment. It sat in my bar for the best part of 10 months with no people on it, and then as the car sales gods will always dictate, 3 people on it in a week. So I got back in touch with the owner. I said, look, I need some more information on this car. They're asking for proper paperwork. We had some bits, and he responded saying, yeah, change of plan. I'm not going to be selling the car anymore. So we're in a little bit of a, we're not falling out, but get out of my showroom then. So we're trying to sort that out at the moment, and there will be a full story about that because I'm not angry about the situation because of what he's doing with it. And that is a little bit of a link onto a video that we're going to do about this. If he was deciding not to sell the car because he just didn't want to, I'd be annoyed, but he's actually a really nice bloke. It's annoying that he needs to go, but at the same time, I sort of understand what he's doing. Right, next car. Oh, this thing, you'll notice has been on the channel for a while now. This is a Porsche 911 997 manual turbo. It is also a Tech-Art 911, or it's got Tech-Art parts in it, so wheels, kit, turbos are different, manifolds different, ECU's different. It is absolutely brutal, it's savage. Now the chap that owns this, guy called Mark, the most patient man on the planet, tasked me with selling this car for him. Now, unfortunately, when it came in, it was leaking a bit of oil, and that has led to a mammoth task of basically restoring this whole car. So we have done a pair of turbos, a new clutch, rear main seal. It has had some bodywork as well, so it's had a new front bumper on it, only because there's a tiny little crack that couldn't be repaired because it was on a mounting point. So it's had a new front bumper on it. It's been painted in a couple of other different areas, nothing major. There's sort of little bits of sort of blemishes coming through. It's had the wheels powder coated, then diamond cut. Then we've had new tyres on it, so Michelin tyres now, which are the hardest thing on the planet to find for Tech-Art wheels. We've then moved on to the interior, and unfortunately there's a bit of damage, not in a bad way, but some damage on the center console and the door pockets. The center console I managed to find on eBay for him, and by the time that I managed to get in touch with him and say we're going to buy it, it's sold. So I'm now trying to find a center console again, and also the door pockets are excruciating, £600 a side. So we are slowly working through this car, and I have got alerts set up to try and find this center console for him, but talk about a patient man. And either way, to give him his credit, what he said is, even if we don't end up selling it for him, it's going to be the best example of a 911 turbo money can buy. I'm just a charitable bloke like that. The final car we're going to look at is this one, which I'm a little bit confused about. I bought this one from a subscriber as well. No problems with it, which is what you tend to find actually when we buy from subscribers, which we love doing. The cars tend to be properly taken care of. This is a GLC 300. It is a proper sorted car. In my opinion, it's in the right colour. It's a Premium Plus. It's got Burmeister pan roof. It's got the nicer wheels. It is done 40-odd thousand miles, I think, from memory. Full Mercedes history, a proper peach of a car. The 300 are really clever because they still use the smaller engine, but they have more power, so it's actually good on fuel and really quick. It's a lovely thing. It's been on Auto Trader for 6 weeks, which I'm really surprised about. We had a couple of people on it really early days. I did price it a bit strong initially, which every car dealer tries to. We put it up at 31. It's now 29,995. It's the best value online. Not a sniff. It's really not. I would have this for myself. In fact, anything in here I'd have for myself. That is my buying format. A bit confused about that one. It'll sell. What will happen with this car, I can guarantee it, is it'll be quiet and then we'll have 3 people in a week. Same happens every bloody time with cars. Anyway, I'm not worried about that because that is a peach. We'll have a quick look at the detailing bay and I'll show you my last car. This is the prep area. This is where everything, all the magic happens. And this is a Seat Leon Cupra. And this is a Tim, who you've not yet met on the channel. So Tim is new Callum.
Callum Mark II.
Callum Mark II, exactly. Bit older than Callum. Thought I'd get that straight in there.
Thank you.
Tim, you're welcome, mate. Tim comes with many, many years of wisdom.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
And wiseness. And patience.
Indeed.
Tim's been at it for years, so he's going to be taking over Callum's role. You'll see plenty of him on the channel. What's going on with this one, mate?
Well, it's had an inside and out.
Yeah.
Pretty clean car, to be fair. Machine polish, a few little corrections to make, just taking the wheels off, a bit of tidying up of the hubs and calipers, and good to go.
Yeah. And it's going to be a bit different, this one. So we bought this car from a subscriber, South African guy, as you can see in this clip.
Front tyres are almost brand new.
Yeah, they do feel
I don't
new.
know if you saw the MOT report I sent you. They actually give you the tread depth
Yes.
and everything.
Oh, you've been very
that
thorough.
That would have been about a month ago.
Really nice bloke, and he's got the best service history records either of us ever seen, to be fair. What did you find in car, mate?
It was a bit well, I came across a sort of very small booklet with columns and figures and costings written down, wondering what it was. Turns out it was a fuel consumption record it kept ever since he owned the car. Pages and pages
It's
long,
mad,
wasn't
isn't
it?
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally got the price per litre he was paying, where he'd filled up, what
yeah,
fuel. And your missus appears to be a bit odd because she's up to something now, isn't she?
She is. She's offered to make a graph for these findings. So we're looking forward to seeing that.
If there's only a way to sell a car, it's here's a fuel consumption graph.
Well, it just shows, you know, how meticulous he was,
Yeah.
if anything, doesn't it?
To be fair, and he was, wasn't he? So it's like inside's lovely. It was a bit bitty on the outside, wasn't it? There was a couple of sort of
Yeah.
bits to polish and stuff,
Yeah.
but mechanically, absolutely lovely. And it's included a spare set of winters, which is nice, with good years on. And they've got the best initials on the planet on them. Rob Cubitt. Oh, that's pretty much it. And then there's a helicopter. Someone's been in touch, they want to restore it for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is a shame because I know you really wanted to do it, mate.
Yeah, I couldn't wait. Yeah,
Exactly.
I couldn't wait to do that.
The Tim arrived, literally turned up the day after that turned up. I went, in you come, Tim.
Yeah, you've cleaned bikes before, haven't you?
Yeah, it's same thing, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, that's a walk around of the showroom, what's going on at the moment. And then this is getting photographs this afternoon, is it, mate?
Yep.
Another one on. Oh, that's the other thing, we've got more cars outside. We've filled up the too hard for now pile. No, it's empty again. What's up with all this?
There is the little Vauxhall and the 640.
So we've managed to get rid of cars. So if you watch the one where I was saying I've got problem cars, we're going to do a recap on that one as well, because the Polo has gone and we made a little profit, which is nice, not a big one. And the Chrysler has gone, we broke even on it, which I'm happy about, gobsmacked. And then the little Peugeot has just headed up to get some remedial work done. And then we're on with the 640, and we'll crack that pile. And there's a slightly blue Maserati hiding in the car park that we don't talk about. But we'll be tackling that next. Anyway, I hope you have found that informative, useful, helpful, interesting at the very least. If you want to watch more of what's going on in this car dealership, more of the journey, more of what's happening, feel free to subscribe and like and turn the bell icon on and all that sort of stuff. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate you coming back. And we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.